Hello everyone, and today we're going to be doing the first Duna mission here in KSP2. And I've already done a KSP2 mission, like Duna mission in KSP1, but now I want to see how it is in Duna is in KSP2. And it's going to be just a short visit, it's not going to be a big thing. Let's see here, we're using the biggest cockpit there is. It's the 3 to 5 seater cockpit that will be able to carry 3 to 5 astronauts, if you heard there. And we're going to use the hydrogen fuel tanks, which is like a comparison to the nuclear stages, like the nuclear stuff, but it's way better. It's way easier to use. Just I mean, I like it. But as here, we're getting our Duna lander ready with like 2.5 meter parts, and then we're gonna find a good engine. We're gonna use the skipper engine there, and then we're gonna find the medium-sized landing legs. We're just gonna lower a little bit so we'll be able to land us. Cause the skipper engine can just land us. So we're gonna extend distance to extend them or whatever. We're gonna add some batteries, and I decided to just add one because 2 seems to be a little, like, I don't know how to fit 2. But as see here, we're gonna add the 2 like 4 monopropellant tanks, because I mean, I want to be able to use as much monopropellant as I can so I can dock back with the spacecraft. And I'm adding parachutes because for the lander, because Duna does have an atmosphere, and to save fuel we're gonna just use Duna's atmosphere to help us slow us down. We're also gonna put monopropellant on the lander, but we don't really use it. And see here, we can also use a fairing, but like using a fairing is really hard because of how they deploy and like how it is to build. It's just really hard. Like in KSP1 it was easier to build fairings, but here it's just really hard. But that's okay. I'm just still gonna use fairings because fairings are really fun. So we're just gonna build the fairing, get all that stuff in, and you see here it's black and white theme, so I just want to change it to white because I like a fairing that just looks white. And now we're gonna add the XL, the extra large fuel tank, that's gonna be black. We're gonna add the Rhino engine to it. So I'm just gonna need to add the little engine plate to it, so to make sure that it will be able to hold. As see, I put it in a weird way. As here, you'll see how it works. Wait, no, I'm talking about the wrong thing. Sorry, it works perfectly fine. But as here, now we're gonna put the XL tank, that first stage, which will carry 9 Raptor, no, not Raptor, Vector engines. They're small, but they produce a lot of thrust, which is good. And even though they create enough thrust to like lift us off the pad, I still want some help, so I'm gonna use those little medium SRBs, and I accidentally just flipped them around there, just saw there. And we're gonna now add the little aerodynamics to it, and we're gonna just strut it up right now, and we're gonna add the launch clamps, save it, then I put it the wrong way there, never noticed that before. But we're gonna bring it down to like the launch pad, and then we're gonna put the launch clamps, so then it'll be ready for launch. We're gonna then stage everything so it does the right function. Just save it, and then we're gonna go to launch pad. I like to go to like launch pad 2 or 3 because I feel like 1 is too close to the vehicle so I'm building. But now we're gonna do our launch countdown. Let's see how it works. And as here, for some reason I don't know why it says 0 there for the launch clamps, but there's the launch countdown. That's one of the things I like about KSP2, that it generates you a launch countdown. If you don't like it, you can turn it off, but I always like it. And as here now, looks like we have lifted off the pad and those 2 SRBs and the 9 vectors. Now I'm just gonna speed it up because I don't want to take it too long. Now I'm gonna turn so we can so it'd be easier to like do our little gravity turn. And I also like the music how it is when you lift off. I like for every like time like you land somewhere or like take off from somewhere, then some like cool music comes, stressful music, heroic music, whatever. But I like the music it is landing on Duna. It was like, I really like that kind of music. But now as here we're doing our gravity turn, we're 6,000 meters from the ground and increasing. And we just separated from the SRBs, and clean separation, no explosions like what usually happens. And now our apoapsis right now is like 40,000 meters, 40 kilometers, but it's growing still. And we're gonna get to like 80 kilometers about, and then we're gonna use most of the first stage to get to orbit. Then we use the second stage to get the rest of the way to orbit, and then we're gonna use the hydrogen fuel tanks and the hydrogen engine to get us on a trajectory to Duna, and hopefully bring us back. Because I mean, here I was worrying about how much fuel I took, but I took a ton of fuel, maybe a little extra, but I like taking a little extra, even though, I mean, a little extra is always enough for me. I need, because just like the perfect amount is not enough. I need always a little extra. But I see here we ran out of fuel for the first stage, so now we have to go to our second stage, and that will take us all the way to orbit. Hopefully a pretty equal orbit, and that, I see we got a 70 to like 90 kilometer orbit there. Not really good. So now we're getting our maneuver node ready to go to Duna, like make sure it's all ready, because why are we focused on this? We're gonna put it the right spot so then we can get a good encounter. So we're gonna make sure those two encounter lines line up, and as you see there, we got a nice and close encounter with Duna, and then we're gonna just do a little change to it later on. Sorry there, just my voice kind of cracked. But as you see there, the fairings do separate kind of weird, which that's kind of disappointing. Separating fairings in KSP1 are definitely better than how it is right now. Hopefully they can fix that right now. And we also need to extend the solar panels there. But as you see, I forgot to add the solar panels to the main capsule, which is, that's kind of weird because I don't need solar panels there, or else I'm gonna run out of electric charge. So I actually do carry it with me. Like, I carry the lander with me, since the lander's the only one that has solar panels with it. And I see there, now we activated our hydrogen fuel tank, and I really like how the hydrogen is. I like how the plumes are there. It's just really cool. It's just too. It's really realistic in KSP2. There are mods in KSP1 that can make stuff more realistic, but mods, I don't really want those mods. I just like how everything is without mods. I don't know why other people want mods though, but I guess mods can make the game better or faster. But here, you see here, we got a little Ike encounter, but we don't want a little Ike encounter. I mean, I guess maybe Ike could slow us down, but we have a ton of fuel on this thing. We won't really need that. So we're just gonna get to a good like 60,000 meters close, and then I think that'll be pretty good. And now we're just gonna time warp away from Kerbin, leaving Kerbin's sphere of influence, or what? Well, we're leaving Kerbin's sphere basically, and now we're gonna orbit the sun with eerie music. And we're gonna also, I didn't put a satellite dish, so we ran out of communications apparently, but that's okay. Next time, well, maybe if there's a next time, I'm gonna put communications. I'm gonna make sure that. And now we're gonna go do our burn to make sure we're nice and close with Duna, so then we could do a good circularization burn, and then we'll get like 60 kilometers. Oh, we got a little too close. We got like 30 kilometers from the surface, which that's in the atmosphere. You're not gonna get that close. So I just lowered the thrust limit, and then we could just burn a little bit until it gets to like 60 kilometers. Yeah, like that, 66. That's pretty good. So now we're just gonna time warp until we get to Duna and get ready to circularization burn. But I can't do it for some reason there. I have to enter Duna's sphere of influence, but that's okay. We can just do it when we enter it. So we're gonna enter Duna there, and then it says we're gonna come out, but we're hoping we're not gonna come out of Duna's sphere of influence. We're gonna circularize. Guys, how much delta V of fuel do we have left? Let me check. We have like 3,000 meters per second of delta V left, which that's more than enough to circularize of Duna, and to get back. So we'll have definitely enough fuel to get back from Duna. And with the big capsule, I don't know how many meters it is apart, but we have big capsule, so we can carry five Kerbals. Which the more Kerbals, I guess I'd like to bring more Kerbals to like see stuff, but only 2 will go down to Duna's atmosphere and see. Well, not Duna's atmosphere, like Duna. See like Duna, like land on it, touch it. That's what I mean. So now we're starting our circularization burn, as you see here. Look at that hydrogen tank. It just looks really cool. And now we're gonna decelerate. We passed our periapsis point, and this is going to cost like 1,000 meters per second of delta V, which that's more than enough than what we need. But as you see here, we are slowly decelerating to get to a nice circular orbit. So once I got it, I was like, let's undock when we get to the bright side Duna. So in here, transferring Kerbals is way easier than how it was in KSP1. You just drag them. In KSP1, you have to hit like transfer crew and then transfer where. But here, it's just way easier. The transfer system's way better. We had a little mistake there, as you saw, crashing into the little cockpit. But now we're just gonna move away from it and just start our deceleration burn that will get us down to the surface of Duna. And I don't have to worry about the atmosphere here because we're going really slow. And because Duna's atmosphere is so thick, which won't help with things, because I mean, I was kind of worried burning up here, so I just did maybe some little deceleration burns, but like we're still like the thin part of the atmosphere, and the atmosphere is just so thin. Like Mars is like the same as Duna, so but Duna's just real, like it's like Mars here. And I'm getting activate the parachutes here, so when it's safety mode, they'll open up, and there you see they opened up, and I didn't even burn up, which is good. So there's the drogue parachutes opening up, and then the big ones. Look at that sight. That's so good. It's in Golden Land, and the music is just so good. I loved how the music is landing on Duna. Once we passed the atmosphere, I just extended the solar panels because, I mean, now we can get sunlight because we're in the safe part of the atmosphere now. We're just gonna slow down to like 1 meter per second. Oops, a little too much there. But I see there, we have landed, and the moon Ike is there in distance. So now we're just gonna EVI Kerbal, and here there's some problems, but not yet. You'll see when the problems start. So we're just gonna hop our little Kerbal to a good spot to plant our flag. Yeah, also in KSP1, Kerbals move a little bit faster, which is kind of a little better, but I like how Kerbals are here and how they collect samples. They get a little sample thing, then they yawn. As you see there, he just yawned. So now we're going to plant our flag. Here on Duna, this is the first time to Duna. So I plant a flag, add the text, and now we're going to plant a flag, get a little thumbnail shot, and we're going to head back. Oh, and you see here, this is where the problem started. I could not get my jet off the ground. Like, when I jumped, then it'd go there for a certain amount of time, but then it'd come back down. But luckily, I was able to get my Kerbal. It wasn't tall enough. As here, I've been going the opposite direction of Duna's turn, which is, I know, that was a big mistake of mine. I'm sorry. I did not know which way Duna orbit, but next time, I'll do a better job than that. But see, we're getting ready for a transfer with the thing, like the spacecraft, and I never knew how hard it was to take off Duna, because you see there, I just kept moving out of control. I don't know why, so I just loaded a quick save, and yeah, this was kind of frustrating because I just didn't know what was happening. Like I just kept like spinning out of control, and here I had the same problem again about Duna. So I just skipped ahead until when we were in orbit. It was just that was frustrating. But now we're just gonna got pretty good encounter with it. Like I don't know, like 2 kilometers away from it. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure actually, but 3 kilometers. That's still good. So now we're gonna point target, and then we're gonna do retrograde target. The same thing as I did it in KSP1, but here it's just maybe a little bit harder to dock here, and just docking ports here are just not as great as they were. Like, they're harder to use here because in KSP1 they're better to use, but here they're harder. Hey, the horizon's blue there, as you see there. Here in Duna also, I didn't stay long enough to see it, but here in Duna, the sunsets are like blue, and the sunrises are blue too, which are pretty cool. That's actually how it is in Mars, actually, that's actually a pretty cool detail how they added it. So now we're just getting too close. Oh, and I don't know how, but my mothership just started spinning out of control. So now I'm just gonna try doing this again. I don't know why it was spinning out of control, and this took me a while to get our 2 ships together. I did not like how this was going right now. I was just frustrated how everything was, so I just decided to use my thrusters right now because my engines was just too powerful. So I was just gonna use my thrusters. And then the mothership just kept spinning out of control. That was just frustrating. I was just not happy there. But that's why Kerbal Space Round 2 is a little bit glitchier than KSP1, which KSP2 is new still, like few months old, but in KSP1 has been a lot of years old. So just KSP2 is new, so I guess it's okay to have some glitches, but it's just I wish that maybe KSP2 was easier to like maybe there was less glitches in the game, but that's okay. We can fix that. Hopefully they can fix that how it is right there. But as here, now we're in a pretty good spot for it, so we're now just gonna switch to that, and we're gonna make it point target, and we're gonna do an easy way of docking that I've seen other people do that I couldn't really do back in KSP1 until I figured out how to actually switch vessels. But here we're just gonna make both ships point each other's docking ports, and then we're just gonna point forward. We're gonna point forward, and then we're gonna dock. It's just as easy as that. See there, the two docking ports aligning, and we have docked. For a second, I was like, did my ship get destroyed when that appeared? But I was like, oh, that just means we're docked. So now we're gonna transfer both of our crewmates from the capsule. And as here, I wanted to undock, but I couldn't because we have no way to generate power because we don't have any we don't have any way to get the power. Like we don't even have any batteries. I'm pretty sure. See here, it took me here I got a way to get back to Kerbin. But you see here, there's a little problem when I did this way. I did a lot of radial in and out, which that's kind of bad. I was pointing a lot down, and I was using the wrong way. As you see here, I was controlling from the landing craft, which that's not what I wanted. So as you see here, I tried again, and I think here I didn't really discover the problem yet. And here I'm using radial in and out, which are not really that great to use. So we're just gonna point, and we got a really good encounter with Kerbin, not Duna. We're at Duna right now. So I see I hit control from here to make sure the same problem did not happen again, because I did not want that thing happening again. So as is here, we're starting to do our get ready to do our maneuver now. We're turning to the right spot, and we're gonna do some time warp to get around to the other side. And as here, I'm just getting a shot of Ike and Duna. Maybe I'm gonna use that as the thumbnail picture. I'm not sure. I should see. Well, we're just gonna now go to our maneuver node. As you see here, this is when we run into another problem. So as you see, we are facing the wrong side, and it's not the other engine. I saw the other engine was causing the problem, but it's not that. What's the problem? You'll see the problem pretty soon. But as you see, we're starting to escape. We're slowly going down, so we can get a Kerbin encounter. And when we start to go down, this is what happens. Right now we're the periapsis is really low, 30,000 meters from the surface. So we're gonna start burning up in the atmosphere. You'll see here. And as you see, we're starting to burn up because we went too low. So this is when I saw problems were bad. So then I just skipped ahead until I got a good Kerbin encounter, because let's just say nothing happened there. And now we're gonna get ready to re-enter. Now that we're close enough, we're gonna just detach from the big fuel tank that provided us most of the fuel for getting to Duna and back. Now we're gonna dock from the lander that provided us with the power. And now we're gonna start entering the atmosphere, 4,400 meters per second speed. And now it's starting to burn up, and I wonder if this looks more realistic than how it does in KSP1. But it looks really cool how it is re-entering in the atmosphere. As you see here, it looks like we're gonna land. It looks like we're gonna land on the land again. As you see here, I ran into a problem that the parachutes wouldn't open up. So I was just hoping, I was just kind of worried there that it would open up. So I had to do open up manually, but everything worked out. And you see here, the drone parachutes opened up successfully, and looks like we're gonna land on a mountain again, like I was in my MUN mission. If you want to see it, the link is in the description. And we're landing. There's some trees coming up. Hopefully we don't tip over like we did in the MUN mission. And let's see, we land. Oh, and barely don't tip over. Wow, that's just good. Really good environment there, like how it was last time. That was really good. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and bye.